Hi, my name is Rich Geely. I'm an attorney at the law firm of Offit Kurman. Today we're having a conversation with the founder and CEO of Timberlane, Rick Skidmore.
One of my passions is kind of creating and maintaining kind of a very unique and very different work culture. I've got a lot of strong opinions and around kind of work environment and employee engagement. And one of the things that I saw as I grew my business over time was the HR function. To me, was always very administrative. It's like you hire somebody, you fill out some paperwork, you onboard them, and you give them a performance review, and it just seemed like there was something missing from that. And over time, we've spent considerable money and time and resources on really understanding who we are as an organization, understanding our culture, what our core values are, what our purpose is. And we use that as a filter for when we hire people, how we manage people. It's actually pretty simple. I mean, if you build a group and an organization of people that are all engaged and aligned around a common vision and goal, and you want to work together, you create an environment where people tend to kind of pull towards. And so as a result of that, when it came time to kind of position the business for continued growth, I wanted to really, by virtue of creating a very different HR function, I wanted to call it something different, because we don't have thousands of employees. The reality of it is, and we don't have a lot of turnover, so we don't really need an HR person in the traditional sense. What we need is somebody to safeguard the culture and to put focus around the things that are really most important, which is our people, and really to support our leadership team. So we try to have a lot of fun. I think it's really important to celebrate constantly. And I mean, there's a lot of things we do, so it's kind of hard to distill it into a few powerful, kind of phrases or statements. But, one of the things that I think is most important and so often done well is communicating. I think it's, we communicate. So we talk about good stuff and we talk about bad stuff, and we don't sugarcoat it. So when we're, having a business challenge, whatever that might be, we're talking about that with our employees. We're engaging them, because most of the time, the answers to a lot of the challenges that we're faced are sitting, between the ears of an employee that's working for us. So why not include them into that process? So we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of celebrations. We have a very kind of casual, kind of fun environment. Yeah, and it's taken lots of forms over the years. I had the benefit of meeting Jack Stack, 15 years ago, and Jack wrote a book called A Great Game of Business, and he's one of the early pioneers on the concept of transparency and open book management. And I was very captivated very early in my business kind of career of the idea of talking openly about business success and failures, and kind of opening up some of the key financial points that most companies keep very closely guarded. And to me, it was very simplistic. I looked at it from the standpoint of knowledge is power. So how can I expect my team and my employees to help me solve business problems and grow the business if they didn't understand the relationship between success and failure, and how their actions on a daily basis either contributed to the success of the business or took away from it. So that was kind of, I guess you'd say, the launching point. I came back and I was very inspired by that, and that was what came out of that. I think probably 3 or 4 months later was our first iteration of kind of transparency. And to this day, it's taken lots of different forms, but we get together, we have a full town hall company meeting once a month where the senior management team gets up and talks about our results over the last month. We put up our P&L, and we talk about the things that worked, the things that didn't work, what our key initiatives are for that month and what they were for the prior month, and how we're tracking towards that. And that level of engagement that results from that is incredibly powerful.